Yo, yo, yo. It's definitely a wet day at the spa today. It's like medium rain right now, and quality will probably be the same for the race coming up. Got about a minute till we leave for gold division quali. 10 minutes.
Sorry, whoever's behind me, but your lap has been ruined.
It's kind of a total guess on pressures as usual.
Well, this sucked, but I only got one lap in. It was a terrible lap. Good luck, man.
Thank you. Alright, track feels pretty good. Definitely be shooting for 30s. I don't think I can get into the 29s, but we'll see. Almost certainly won't have enough time for that extra flying lap. Getting kind of caught up in the queue here. Forecast changed. Light rain. It's kind of just going back and forth between plus and minus, but still on heavy rain. So this turn is a big question mark. How much grip? Feels pretty good. Okay, Rouge feels pretty good. Pressures came up pretty quickly. Hopefully they don't keep going too much. I'm not gaining on Selena too much. She'll probably keep pulling. We're maintaining that gap, hopefully, but I do have space behind if I need it. Oh yeah, okay, grip is good. I'm gonna push, I think. Let's see if I can't get Eau Rouge pretty quick here. Alright, let's use this lap, see how hard I can push. Don't use the curb on the exit there. Okay, I can brake pretty late there. That's probably almost full throttle at this point. I should have to commit. Thank you. I'm gonna need it. Well, only a decent run through Eau Rouge. That's unfortunate. Okay, no exit curb here. Stupid idiot. It's alright, there's still more time in it. Brake late. All over the place, but whatever. Some people are getting a 4th lap. Okay, just a light lift.
Not bad. P15 for you.
Yeah, definitely a lot of time left in it. Maybe a half a second, but whatever.
I'm in P26. Alright, I've modified my tire temps. I'm going with 108 liters. I don't know. What are you
Yep,
using?
that should be perfect. Doing 106. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Yep.
Yes, SRA should be streaming on YouTube on my division tonight. Open the window. Okay. So the weather's gonna be similar. I meant to check Motec. So they were basically perfect. Maybe a little low. Okay, so I'm just gonna go standard because we have more cars on track. Mandatory tire change. Okay, so it's a little bit lighter on the rain. So I'm actually gonna go medium. Hey, it looks like the rain is a little bit light. Is that
Yeah,
this? It's like the same as it was
it's
in quali?
no, quali was medium.
Oh, right, right, right.
It's lighter.
Okay.
It's gonna
I'm in,
increase 30 minutes in.
yeah, I'm in the 25s right now, PSI wise. And then, at 30 minutes we have to change tires, so I'll be ready to put on higher PSI, I think.
Oh shit, that's a good idea. Fuel.
I'm all like mid 25s all the way around right now.
Really? I'm at 28. Jesus.
Quali was like low 27s, and that was half as many cars out there. So like maybe 26s, but remember it's lighter rain as well, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking 10 to 15 clicks lighter. And you said you're over pressure?
Yeah, I dropped it. All right, I'm gonna drop it a bit more here.
All
See
right,
if it was
we
a
got
smart
this.
move or not.
We got this.
30 seconds.
Alright, don't forget to change tires.
Yep. I went up to 110 just in case, because I always seem to use more fuel than you.
Yep, copy that.
This will be interesting starting way in the back of the grid.
Stay single file.
I'm just going to let everybody die in front of me, hopefully.
Yep.
Except for you.
Of course, of course. Did I prep for rain?
This is more about keeping on track.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did prep for rain, so you can see I've got my pit strats. So 1 and 2 are current pressures. And then I got it all the way up to 8, which you can't see because it's, for some reason, defaults to not change tires. But yeah, I've got all my pit strats ready to go. Put that back to 1.
These long straights are torture at once.
Yep. Thanks, David. Thanks for dropping in. It should be an exciting race. If I can survive the opening couple of corners and then not get a drive-through, a top 10 is definitely on the table.
Yeah, I should have dropped my pressures before. You were right.
That's all right. Rain is increasing, so it'll come to you. And then a few laps before you're changing tires, or before you're going to the pits, just make it the necessary adjustments, you know? Okay.
7, just on the outlap.
Oh, no. That's all right. As long as you stabilize around 31 or 32, you'll be fine. Like, they'll come down as the rain increases. Just try to ignore them as much as possible.
Yep. Too bad the old wet tire meta still isn't a thing.
I know, right?
Needs work.
Yeah. Honestly, like, iRacing is nice in that way that you just don't have to worry about tire pressures. Just get in and drive. With all tires, too, not just wet.
How is it in wet?
I haven't done it very much, but it's like real life. You know, it's wet rubber line is horrible. Like, insta lock up. So it's definitely more realistic. And the dry line is dynamic wherever cars drive. They actually drive, which is super cool.
That's cool. I was into iRacing at one point, then I got out of it. Maybe I'll get back into it again.
Yeah, I'm doing an MX5 league right now, and it's pretty fun, but it's expensive. You gotta buy all the tracks every season.
Yeah. I think that's why I stopped, because I didn't drive it enough, and I was like, man, I gotta spend like $70 just for one season.
All right, man. Well, good luck. I'll keep it unmuted for the first lap, just in case I can call something out.
Stay double file.
Sounds good.
All right, so my braking marker is around the 50 board on the left. Going into Eau Rouge, I'm gonna lift, maybe brush the brakes just to show that I lifted. Okay, look past incidents, look far ahead. Lap 1 braking points will be early. David, you're an M4 driver too. Nice. Yeah, my dad used to be an M4 driver, but he switched to the Ferrari when the 296 came out. The M4 is easy to drive. I like it. All right, here we go. Eyes up, eyes up.
Green light. Give it okay. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, cut more than I wanted there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Sent it anyways.
The pit is now open. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
I need to get past this Porsche. Whew, what a lap one. It's not over yet. Oh, caution. Caution, the exit Blanchimont, go left. Oh. All right, lower TC. I know. I'm so sad there's that incident through campus. The right, left, right after Puhan. It really did a little bit of damage, hopefully not too much, but it just killed our momentum. Luckily nobody really snuck past, everybody got caught in the momentum bind. So now the goal is just no drive-throughs. I'm already top 10. Don't get greedy. I definitely have to put in a clean lap ASAP for the game to reference on track limits. So the leaders will definitely be doing 30s and 29s, I'm sure. But again, this is not about pace. This is just about doing laps without going off track. Especially if I can save all 3 warnings to the end. That'll be a huge advantage. All right, lower TC.
Well done, mate. This is me, as always.
Oh, I'm in the 29s too. Let's see what the leaders are doing. Oh yeah, Eau Rouge is fast. Let's go. So just a lift, and that was pretty easy. .245 at the speed check. Little deep. Little deep. Yeah, pressures are stabilizing nicely. A little bit hot, which is perfect. Or a little bit high pressure, which means they'll come in nicely as the rain increases. Heavier rain should be coming any minute. It's moved to 10 minutes, almost like right at the start of the race, if I remember right. Ooh, I forgot to increase TC. That's almost flat, probably is flat. Small lift. Just after the line.
Well done, mate. Fastest lap so far.
All right, higher TC. Yeah, man, Eau Rouge is really quick. 245, 244. I did see a yellow engine in practice earlier today, so I gotta be careful with my downshifts and not just spam it the whole time. Got that corner better. Pressure loss, right rear, okay. Oh, that's flat. Blanchimont might be flat then. That was the slightest of breathes.
Well done, mate. Fastest lap so far.
TC up. So fuel gauge might flash to yellow. All that means is that I may not have enough for the leader lap, the extra bonus lap if there is one. If it ever flashes to red, that means that I'm in danger of not having enough to finish my number of laps. Too deep again there. It's like just at 100 or just before 100, I think. Scary coming down off of that curb. Got to make sure not to do too much of a liftoff oversteer moment there. That's happened a lot in practice. Higher TC. Okay, the rain is increasing. Rain's starting to increase, so if your tires are hot, they should be coming in. Better braking there. That was better. Earlier on throttle is just fine. Brake a little later here. That's all right, just think about how long those drive-thrus are going to take for the other people. That's probably a warning. Man, and I lost time. That's the name of the game with the new ACC track limits, though, in the rain. You just can't cut at all. It doesn't really matter how much time you lose or don't gain or anything. TC up. So I can brake later there. Third gear felt pretty good through there. Fourth gear's not needed there. Wasn't sure if it was going to keep coming around or if that was just the normal amount of rotation, but I almost overcorrected it. I got the perfect amount of fuel right now. TC up. Alright, so I need to make sure to not start chasing the delta and throw it away because the time should be slower. Look at the pressures. The pressures are lower, meaning the pace, and the pace is coming down, and the rain's coming down heavier as well. So if I can keep doing 30s, 30.0, 30.5. Okay, remember the undercut is powerful because you can't take fuel. So normally when you go into the pit stop and take tires, you also take fuel, which adds time to those fresh tires, adds lap time. Well, we're not adding any fuel in the pit, so all we're doing is coming out with more pace because of the tires, the fresh tires. So I'm going to try to check the map for the delta this time around. Okay, if you have pitted, I would definitely come out ahead by 10-15 seconds. So if at any point I feel like I'm losing pace because of the pressures are wrong, I can pit right away. But you can see they're pretty good.
We need more travel.
Dang, dude, I'm sorry. P9, I'm in clean air, so I might be able to finish top 10. I'm streamed on YouTube if you want to watch there. Otherwise, I think SRA is still going with their broadcast. If you're not gonna finish. Yep, we'll do. That's a bummer for the teammate. He's been having ACC game crashing issues, but only during the SRA races, like not when he's testing on their servers throughout the week leading up to the race, nothing like that. Just as soon as he joins the official server, his game freaks out. Alright, Porsche behind has been catching. I just noticed. They're doing 29.4s, fastest lap 28.7. So definitely got the pace advantage. My goal will just be to let him by with losing as little time as possible. Oh, that was lucky. Came in hot and heavy there. Alright, so we've got a little bit of breathing room again. Just delayed a little bit to make sure he could get by. We don't need to be losing time. I do think I am in a pit though. I'm gonna add like 6 clicks to the current pressures. I'm gonna do it in the pits though. Change tires, pit strat 1. These are the pressures I started with, I think. Four, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that should be just lovely. Didn't know the Porsche's this good in the rain. It's tough. The skill level is all exactly even. So as you see it, I mean, that driver is I think they were gold, like top level, but we're all so close in pace that I don't know. The BOP is hard to even calculate sometimes. But yeah, the Porsche looks pretty strong. All right, change tires, no fuel. Pressures have been adjusted. Good stop. I didn't have the mental capacity to check the track map, so I won't know how accurate my little mappy was, but probably come out ahead. Okay, here we go. Oh, Boonstra pitted. Let's see how we come out relative to her. She was quick. Okay, game time there. Forgot, maybe Boonstra got caught up in a lap 1 melee or something. Can you nail that pit stop a little better next time? I know. Basically, the only thing that isn't, you know, it almost always goes like straight up, so to speak, but you can see there's a tiny shift that I only get right like 1 out of 10 times. But if it costs anything, it's not much, because when I check the pit stop deltas and compare them to everybody else in my division, in Division 1, I'm normally up there in the top 5 consistently, so I don't really think it costs anything more than half a second, if anything. All the time is on the pit entry, to be honest. And just doing that, you know, doing the final stop about as aggressively as I did, you can't lollygag on that either. Yeah, nailing your pit stops and pit strategy is in like losing the least amount of time due to the mental capacity it takes to redirect your focus toward pit strategy stuff. Minimizing all that time lost is worth, like, honestly 5 to 10 seconds a race, especially if you're not already at like top levels. Like even here in D3, out of 6 divisions, 7 divisions, whatever, 6, it's still, like, it still gives me 5 seconds a race on half of the field, which is just unreal. Yeah, at more beginner levels, like in your first couple of years, if you can learn how to nail your pit stops better than everybody else, like right away, you'll be winning races. Like, you can gain so much time. Missed that one.
Gaining on the driver ahead of sector 3.
TC up.
There's a car leaving the pit lane, watch out.
Yeah, see, there goes Doyle. There's the Porsche. Undercut success. 2 seconds, 3 seconds gained, or ahead, and I was behind. But again, most of that's just probably due to me practicing it more, but also that undercuts strategy where I had fresh tires doing 29.5s. And with the heavier rain, you know, maybe their tires were starting to be in the 29.0 range, plus 30 minutes of wear. So that's a second or 2 seconds in lap time, and then a second or 2 seconds in entry. Tire pressures look pretty dialed. Just need to focus on no more track limit warnings.
Well done, mate. Pass on those.
Why do you take full fuel? Pit. That was the race format for tonight. Yeah. So the normal SRA pit strategy has always been, or the rules, the pit rules for the race, have always been, you only have to take 1 liter of fuel during the pit stop, and tires are optional. But they've been experimenting the last few seasons by sprinkling in a couple of new race formats, and this is one of them. So for the race requirements in the pit, you have to change tires, and you can't add fuel. And that's what creates the undercut is viable strategy. Otherwise, if you're allowed to take half fuel, the undercut becomes a lot less powerful because you're also adding fuel to the car when you come in to take the fresh tires. Oh, TC. Drive through for track limits behind me. Yeah, I've been liking them throwing in a few new races, a few new race formats. Just trying things out. They've tried the fixed fuel time, the 25-second fixed fuel pit stop. People have mixed feelings about that. It's really tough with a 60-minute race and the size of the fuel tanks are so large and the tires are so good and durable. It's almost impossible as an admin to create more than one viable strategy in that with those limitations. If we could limit the size of the fuel load, like per car even, that would be really helpful. Because then we could force people to take, like give people almost enough to finish the race, but like kind of make them fuel save or decide, like really make them decide if it's worth taking splash and dash or taking full fuel. But the fuel consumption, I mean, these cars are so fuel efficient that they just don't carry, they don't need that much fuel to go an hour. So there's not much of a penalty for carrying all the fuel. It's just part of the aspects of GT racing. In the far end of the spectrum, you've got like Formula One, where you sometimes used to not have enough fuel, like could not carry enough fuel to finish the race because they're burning so much. And then also, obviously, the tires. They go through tires so fast that they're making multiple pit stops a race. Just for that reason, that makes it really fun and interesting. Unless you're Ferrari and have horrible race strategy engineers. Alright, engine condition still seems good. It's not even white. Drivers ahead seem to be moving backwards. Ooh, some people finally in the pits late. Oh no, that was total brain fart.
Warning for exceeding track limits.
I was trying to wonder why they might have waited so long to pit, but maybe they were hoping to see the weather change and move on to dry tires or something, but that ship has sailed. The track would never dry fast enough for dry tires to ever work in this race. I am in a Ferrari, a horrible race engineer. Yeah. Well, it's tough to do while you're driving, I'll tell you that much. But the race strategy engineers at the Ferrari Formula One team do not have that excuse, so. Your overlays are interesting. Thanks, David. The one that's in the middle on the bottom with the delta bar and the gear and everything, I made that myself on SimHub. And it's like a ever-evolving project over the last 2 years, basically. Yeah, it's awesome. It's got like just the info that I think you need for this game. It's like very specific to ACC. The delta bar is by far the most useful. Like iRacing has it right where, you know, the problem with the ACC delta flag up at the top is that it's not that helpful to know if the number is negative or the number is positive. Like, it doesn't tell you if you're currently doing something good or bad. It just tells you that overall your lap is, you know, worse than you predicted or better than you predicted. What's helpful is to know at any given moment, are you doing something that's making your delta better or worse? And that's what the color of the bar in iRacing is. It's the derivative if you're an engineer or a math person. it's the derivative of your delta equals the color. So that even if you're at minus or plus 1 second, like I am right now, my delta, this lap is wrecked. If I do something good and that bar goes green, I know, hey, that's still worth knowing that I did something good that lap, and maybe I learned from it on the next lap. So that was actually tough to do because there's not like a good derivative function. Like I had to build my own derivative basically using just multiplication and division and addition subtraction. So that's why it's super jumpy. It flashes colors and it's not very smooth. Like iRacing obviously has software people that are smart. That's not me. I'm just an engineer that like does the minimum to make things work. Okay, that was a good Eau Rouge finally. Thanks. Yeah, I'm more than willing to share it. I started with something that looked very similar. So I benefited from someone else's previous work as well. So I'm more than happy to share it so you have something to start with and modify it at will. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, see, yellow engine. Oh, no. Too many downshifts. I think it just means if I do it again, I'm in trouble. So I think my target is going to be P9, even if Draven gets past me here, Draven Doyle. I think I can catch Williams if I can stay focused enough to put in some more 28s. Williams is doing like mid to high 29s right now. Definitely not going to fight this. Okay, no warning, that's good. Man, the aero wash was so bad. I haven't been following anybody this race. Alright, so I'm back pretty much to where I was before I pitted. Pressure loss right rear, so it doesn't like that curb again. That was another cool thing that I stole from that original overlay that I started with, was a flashing red telling you when you lose pressure. That was super valuable in GT4s. That's like one of the main mysteries that you have to figure out the hard way, is you're like, man, how am I at 24 PSI at the end of this race at Brands Hatch? Once you like pull up the Motec, you can see that the tire pressure is like some of the curbs will knock out too tense every time you hit them without even realizing it, unless you're like really looking at the number as you're hitting it, which is not the case at Brands Hatch when you're hitting the apexes because you're just hanging on for dear life. The rain's getting bad, so people are maybe starting to get drive-throughs here. Yeah, so that thing flashes for 10 seconds, telling you that you knocked out at least a tenth of PSI. Or 0.07, I can't remember what I set it to. And then you can make a little mental note to stop hitting that curb, idiot. Yeah, that's what most of this overlay was about, was getting feedback like instant instead of having to find it in Motec or replays or whatever. Like the tire slip lights in the corners, the ABS and the TC lights, the tire pressure loss flashers, those are all really helpful to have in the moment. Oh boy! We've got it, we've got it, we've got it. Yellow, yeah, I accidentally downshifted into first, going into the Brochelle's hairpin. I did that exact thing in practice, I think, earlier today. So I think as long as I don't do it again, I won't be losing pace. But if I do it again, I may ruin my race by blowing up the engine. So I'm just trying to remember to not spam downshift. Whew. All right, 6 laps to go, maybe 5. Sweeney's catching, Whitting behind as well, so I just need to keep focusing forward. Worn piston rings, yeah. Yeah, the Red Bull BMW team back at the factory is not going to be happy having to replace all the piston rings after this race, but whatever. Alright, so we still only have 2 warnings, so that's good. Just gotta make sure to not get a third. I'm gonna keep one in hand. In case we have to like go side by side through a rouge or something silly. Lovely through Eau de Rouge, Radeon. 247. Run a good lap here while they're fighting, that's important. That's Jeremy Reeder with the drive-through for track limits. Thank you very much, friend. Oh, what a bummer for him, though. He was running in the top 5. Oh, no! I'm good. I lost all my time there, though. Half a second up.
Down to the car in front in sector 3.
Yeah, so sad, Jeremy. Yeah, he accidentally took me out last week, and this week he gives me a free position, so I'd say we're fair and square. That's all he cost me last week when he hit me, so. We're back to even, I suppose. Yeah, David, we used to drive with Jeremy Reeder over at ESR before we went our separate ways from ESR. My dad to start up the CMS, get off my lawn league, and me to focus on driving instead of adminning at SRA. Oh, we got a mistake ahead. It's Williams. Oh, 2 mistakes. This is going to be a gaggle. Okay, 2 warnings. We're good. It's too big of a lift there. We can still push. Oh man, I think I have to defend here. I don't want to lose 2 spots and not gain either of these up here. Oh, he hit me. I saw it coming. That's one way to defend, yeah. Just let them give me a bump draft in the braking zone. Gosh. My avoidance has gotten tested so many times in ACC. It's just second nature to be ready to lift off the brake, straighten the wheel, take whatever speed boost you get, and then just make the exit. Sometimes the speed boost is like a rear bumper to the back of the head, and then your night's over, but sometimes you can pull it off like that. All right, Williams, your time has come. P9 is mine. Oh, P8 now. We'll have one more lap after this. Yep. Okay. Can we get a run? 0.6, we're within slipstream. Just gotta make sure not to cut so I can attack. Yep, it's over. I got him. Big run. I'm fucking here. Don't you dare push me off. Yeah, that was your own fault, mate. Touch me at the apex. That was a move, baby. Not sure it could have been any cleaner from my perspective. The contact, I think, was 100% on them. I remember my right wheels being over the white line. All right, let's finish this lap. Yeah, exactly, David. I was pretty sure once I was there, they weren't going to push me off. There aren't a lot of drivers at SRA that won't leave the space once you're there. But it looked like he wasn't going to stop moving right for a second there, which I was not about to back out for that. I mean, I'll gladly assert that right on the final lap of the race any day of the week. Yeah, I think they were just fighting for their lives. They might lose one more.
Right, lane race as well. Good job.
I think they did. Oh no. Woo. Almost with the broken engine. P8. Whew, what a race. That was fun. Oh man. Whew, what a last lap. Thanks, David. Thanks for watching the whole race. I appreciate it. Let's go check out that pass. I added a couple highlights, but I think that's the only one worth watching. That was awesome. Lap 1 was actually kind of wild too. Maybe we can watch that one together. Just keep an eye on the chat and see if they're looking for any interviews.
A massive lag spike, and I didn't know where we were going.
Yep, that'll
Mute
happen.
that.
Well,
Yeah, I'm just gonna get on up and out of there. Let's check out that replay though. Save. It'll be easy to find. First lap, last lap. Thanks, David. Yeah, thanks for joining. I'll normally stream Wednesdays this series, and then Fridays an iRacing MX5 series with the league CMS. So just keep an eye on Discord. I'll try to post from now on. Yeah, he gave me the squeeze, but left the space more than a car width for sure. Nothing to complain about. Yeah, not a lot I can do there. I continued to leave the space. MX5, yeah, that's been my learning series in iRacing, and it's been a load of fun, especially league racing when you can trust the people around you. We're just doing like 45-minute races where we're bumper to bumper, bumping each other the whole race. So it's been great. I'll have to tune in on Friday if you're around for those. Those are a little bit later, but it's Friday. So yeah, I mean, I'm on the curb here, and I mean, my wheel was hard to the right, I'm sure, yeah. And I'm coming around. I mean, it's not like I'm looking to straight line him toward the exit or something. So I think he's just pinched a little harder than he wanted to. No hard feelings. Yep. Good hard racing. Lap 1. OMG. I didn't make that many mistakes tonight. I was able to get just two warnings, which is I'm really happy with. A pretty poor run because I had to keep checking up, and I still cut there. Luckily, no warning. Which Porsche is this? So this is Jackson, and I end up fighting with Draven, who's way up here, and eventually, oh man, Williams must have had a bad night. I got past Olhausen, Smith, Barty, Doyle, yeah, basically everybody from 15 to 9th. Man, Selena was freaking hounding me. I thought for sure she was going to get by. Let's watch from her perspective. She is so good, and she's on a freaking controller, which just blows my mind. Man, such awesome side-by-side racing. It's so nice when you can trust the drivers around you. I leave the space for the Porsche ahead so they can cut back. I keep it in the middle. Selena frickin' sends it. I hold it around the outside. And then I say, Nate! I drift wide, she sticks it in. It's so awesome. Oh my gosh. I think we may have touched mirrors. Lovely. Wait, 4 inches there. Plenty of room. Whoa, I sent it in so deep. Shit, I wonder if... Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, the McLaren did the same thing. They went too deep and tried to take avoidance. Yeah, sorry, I'm on the brakes. Hard to believe that's a controller. Yeah, she's unreal. I think she's like really close to being able to buy a wheel, and then it's like D1 for sure if she can go like a G29. Yeah, hard on the brakes, and I think we get past everybody. Yeah, I just sent it here because I knew I had the pace on this Porsche. But well done. Seeing the wheel movements, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's the same pace as me. She moves up a division every season. She's went from D5 to 4 last season and like won the team championship, I think, with Jess Osborne. And then, yeah, next season she will probably stay in D3. It takes a while to move up to D2. D2 is tough, but... Whoa, what happened here? Oh, just straight open differential problems. Oh, the engine cut. What was that? That's so weird. I wonder if you stall it on purpose, if you can start it up again? Never heard it go totally silent like that. That's bizarre. The wheel will probably slow her down. Maybe. Like, honestly, a non-trivial amount of aliens in SRA are on a Logitech G29. Like, more than 3 that are in Division 1. So that was huge. I would have been stuck in this group here, which is about probably the same speed as me. And instead I got up to P10 right away and then just had to overtake like yeah, I don't know, someone in the pits. Not very many people though. Here's the drive-through for Reader. No way. No, was it on the entry? It was. Oh no, that sucks. Oh, bro. Man, that sucks. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was not the exit. The exit looked okay. But you're not allowed to go 4 over here. Youngsters or budget restrained? Uh, Probably both. Maybe a few that aren't youngsters, but I think there's definitely a lot that are like still living at home, like in their teens or low 20s, that are definitely budget restrained. And like if you're good at it, I mean, force feedback is fun, but if you don't, if you're not that into it or whatever, then and you're fast on a controller. But obviously, like force feedback is fun. Like the point is not to be faster. Like we use a wheel because it's like way more interesting. Yeah, the exit was good, I think. Big bum. Big bummer. Big bummer. So I did not get Olhausen or Smith in the pits. Yeah, maybe Williams was just off on the pace. Kind of slow stop. 35, 36 seconds. I don't know. They're just moving backwards. Could you get 2 offs there, entry and exit? Yes, for sure. Yeah, I don't think I've done it myself, but it will give you 2 in the same corner if you cut both and are still quick. So that would be bad. Maybe it could be what happened. I don't know. I sent him a message. He said, yep, he's pretty upset. It sucks. Yeah, he said it's karma. Yeah, it sounds like you had the mega undercut going. Let's see how much of active pinching was going on here. I mean, I was very clear about my intentions. If they wanted to guard the inside, they should have just moved over way earlier. It's not like I was secretive about what I wanted to do here. I had the huge run. Karma, yeah. Yeah. Good hard racing. Yeah, I don't think we can see if he was out on exit, but you can go pretty far there. I mean, he's got some pixels on the curbing. It's close. They're really lenient on the exit here. Gave you 1.5. You should quit. Yeah, it's a good thing my stream's not more popular, otherwise that'd be a toxic comment. Yeah, it's tough because the limits up here are very vague. Like, I think as long as you're still on the green, you're okay. But you can see, obviously, it's really, really tight. And then that curb goes away, but they give you some of this. They don't make you follow the curb in. And you can see he's kind of on that trajectory, so it could have been both. Could have been a double, for sure. He's kind of like still drifting wide. Yeah, the entry is a bummer of a place to get a warning, but yeah, it looked okay on the exit. It's tough to say. Yeah, give me plenty of space. I just stuck it in there, you know? I'm not gonna back down when I had that mega run. I mean, I called that run like, uh, yeah, I called that run really early on. Like here, I saw him check up a ton. It's like, yep, here it comes. Yeah, I mean, when I'm right here, that's his last chance, in my opinion. Because I've got a lot of closing speed. Yeah, he does continue to come over, but he also leaves the space, so fair play. And obviously here I've got the overlap, so he has no choice but to leave the space. Yeah, good times. Thanks for watching. I'll probably head out. Maybe catch you on Friday for, actually we're not racing this Friday, we're racing next Friday, but I might do some other like, yeah, I saw that. I saw that you called it on the delayed chat. Yeah, I'll probably do some racing on Friday. Maybe just like some open lobbies in iRacing or something. So come check them out. But anyways, I'll catch you later.